Hey guys, this is Russ the Chosen One here, and welcome to my Heisman realistic slider video, or my any given Saturday Heisman set. I'm finally bringing you the masterpiece. I'm finally bringing you, after all this time of waiting, after 9 days, after the last slider video, I'm bringing you the Heisman set. So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn. If you at work, on your break, sit back, watch this, because you are going to get an experience. This set is not for the faint of heart. This is going to give you realistic Heisman college football. So let's jump into it. I'll go through the numbers real quick, and then I'll get you guys out of here. It's going to be a quick video. Next video after this one is going to be gameplay, so you guys are going to see some actual proof of concept with these sliders. First things first, difficulties on Heisman, obviously. Quarter length, 12 to 15 minute quarters. You get a realistic number of plays. 12-second minimum play clock. Coach mode is off, but that's also personal preference. Here's your wear and tear sliders. 31, 69. I'll let you guys run through it. I'll explain it to you in a wear and tear video, because I found out that actually no, excuse me for that. Actually no. I'm going to explain it to you here because this is big. I found out that the wear and tear sliders are damage multipliers. So whatever you have the injury slider set to, these sliders are pretty much stacked on top of them. And if you go any higher than what it's supposed to be at, like catch, tackle, impact, that is way too high. I'm probably going to lower that at some point. But yeah, these are damage multipliers or impact multipliers. So it makes the impact more or less depending on what you set it to. Okay, I'll go down here. Let's see, sorry about that. Ball hawk is on. Defensive heat assist is off. All of that other stuff is personal preference. Injuries are on 28. Fatigue is at 68. Player speed parity scale is at 35. You want there to be a clear speed separation gap between elite receivers, elite running back, and like mid-tier defenders. And yeah, it's at 35, so you're going to get realistic separation there. These are actually these precipitation sliders are effect sliders. How much of an effect does rain, snow, heavy rain have an effect on your ability to catch, throw, kick, break tackles, and have a change of direction? So if you go low, there's going to be pretty much zero effect in your gameplay. If you go high, you're going to see a very big effect on those categories. So let's go into your penalties. So offsides is at 60, false start is at 65, offensive holding is at 55, face mask is at 45, illegal block in the back 55, roughing the passer is at 50, defensive pass interference is at 70. I constantly, with all my sets, I keep defensive pass interference, especially in this year's game and in Madden 27, high, because you have the new wide receiver and DB jostle mechanic. So I keep that at 70, so you get realistic penalties depending on what happens when it comes to the wide receivers and DBs. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes of it all. So your quarterback accuracy is at 36, pass blocking is at 40, wide receiver catching is at 41, run blocking is at 39, ball security is at 42, interceptions is at 22. Think of the smart the new smart zones and new plaster logic. You really don't need to go crazy with the interceptions. Interceptions happen because of realistic football. If you make a mistake on offense as the quarterback, you throw crazy passes or you throwing out of a sack or whatever weird situation you may be in, they're going to adjust accordingly and try to make the interception depending on their situation on the field, depending on their position and angles and leverage. So leave that at 22. Tackling is at 48. Not too much on the tackling. You want that variety of good runs, like a balance between good runs and great tackles. So you leave it at 48. You're kicking 52, 39, 51, 48, and 53. You want solid punt returns. That's why it's at 48. Nothing too crazy. I don't want anything out of the back of the end zone. So give me realistic punt returns, realistic kickoffs. That's what you're getting here. The CPU side of things is exactly the same as the user side, but let's break down what each of these sliders mean. I just gave you the numbers. Let's break down what it means. Okay, so as you know, ChatGPT is my best friend when it comes to making these slider sets. So I don't have a pen or paper. I go to ChatGPT, get all of my thoughts and ideas out there and put it into numbers. So let's break down the quarterback play. So 36 or 37, the slider is low enough that platform pressures, movements, and ratings have room to matter without intentionally making quarterbacks incompetent. So you're getting realistic college quarterbacks. You're not going to get crazy MVP level Heisman. You will on the elite side of things, but we're trying to get football out of these games. These games are very much animation selectors. So we're trying to bring back genuine organic football. So this is why I have this set. You're still going to get true Heisman gameplay from this set. Okay, so pass blocking is at 40 or 42. Protection exists. Protection is not entitlement. A quarterback should sometimes have a pristine 5-second pocket because the protection won. He should sometimes face immediate pressure because sometimes someone legitimately lost. So your big schools, offensive line, they're going to hold up. Small schools, they're not. Wide receiver catching is at 41. Elite receivers make awesome catches. Your mid-tier receivers sometimes make the catches, and you also got to realize you don't want the wide receiver catching too high because you already have a timing-based mechanic when it comes to catching. So you want it relatively low because if you have it too high, you're getting a boost to your catching, and that's defeating the purpose of realistic sliders. If you go out there and you're playing against a top level school, you shouldn't be able to make aggressive catches all over the place. You should have parity when it comes to different scenarios when it comes to catching football. So here's your run blocking. Run blocking should be your run blocking is at 39. Right? You should be able to figure out, like the running back should be able to figure out what lane is open and what lane is closed. Like you only have a short amount of time to do that. So you don't want it to have, you already have your run, your run blocking is already at 39. That window is slowly closing. So you only have a ample amount of time to get through that hole and figure out what's next. So yeah, ball security. Your big hits are gonna cause you to fumble. You're going to get fumble variety. You're going to get strip sacks when there needs to be. It's logic-based football we're trying to build here, guys. This isn't just rinky-dink old Madden. We've played this before. We want realism in our sliders. We want realism in our gameplay. So use these sliders. The coach adjustments are the same coaching adjustments from the first slider video, because they work for me. They're really good. Like I said, your wear and tear, your precipitation sliders, and your coaching adjustments, they are all user preference. I can't stress this enough. Whatever wear and tear, whatever precipitation, whatever coach adjustments you want to use, hey, be my guest. But I'm giving you what I'm giving you because I feel like these are the best settings on the planet. And that's the point. I'm trying to give you realism from a different perspective, because everybody tunes the game from a broad, universal, like, I have the best this or I have the best that. But nobody looks at what's under the hood. That's my job. My job is to tell you guys this is what works from a animation point of view. This is what works from a gameplay point of view, and this is what works from a football point of view. So here's the sliders, here's the settings, guys. Next video you guys see from me will be gameplay. Whether it's CPU versus CPU or user versus CPU, you're getting some gameplay from me, guys. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked the video. Always, always, always make sure you leave your feedback in the comment section. That is absolutely needed for me to make the adjustments that I need to make going forward. If you guys like it, if you guys don't like it, let me know. So I thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I am out. Peace.